Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, 6 plus V2 Shanks is finally here, and it's the Wi-Fi Haki Shanks scene. Honestly, I didn't see this coming, but after getting a 9.5th anniversary Shanks legend, exclusive legend, I was finding it hard to believe that we were going to see another Shanks come down the line, so it makes sense that V2 Shanks Super Evolution is the Wi-Fi Shanks scene where he scares off Green Bull. And I gotta say, the artwork looks absolutely immaculate. The menacing face of Shanks, just, it's absolutely terrifying. And what he does in that scene is just absolutely insane. To submit an Admiral, who basically just was shown to be one of the stronger characters in the One Piece franchise, now being like absolutely destroyed by literally a couple of lightning bolts from Shanks' Haki. It's kind of nuts. So I'm incredibly excited to see what this character does. I'm incredibly excited to see the special animation as well. I think that's going to go incredibly hard. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at what he does, his captain ability, his upgrades, his PvP, all that kind of stuff. Now, Otama is getting a Kazuna Legend, I believe, but honestly, couldn't give a fuck about that. I think Speed and Hansel, or so, again, couldn't give a fuck about that. We're here for Shanks. As you guys know, I'm a huge Shanks simp. I love this man. He is a beautiful character, a terrific character, well-designed, well-written, and I'm very, very interested to see what they do. I'm hoping we don't get another Shank Shaft, man. Don't give me another Shank Shaft. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of the character in the comment section below. Way down that bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let's take a look at V2 Shanks. Huge shout out to the database for the information and images provided. Redhead Shanks, approaching the new era. So, I have brought this up massively, so that's why the image is a bit weird, but look, you guys get the gist. Free Spirit Cerebral Int character. Int needs a lot of help. Int is in a position where they are one of the weaker colors, probably the weakest of the colors, if I had to actually rank them. However, being Free Spirit automatically makes Shanks incredibly strong. Cerebral's great, but it's Free Spirit, this particular tag right here, that makes him already in a very, very good spot. And whilst, yes, he's Int, he was always built around bringing 4 different colors, and now we live in a meta with hybrid captains. Being Free Spirit, you could hybrid this guy with like Gear 5 Luffy and run a mono side team if you want to, just provided on what he does. Now, he wasn't an attack booster, he did rotate block orbs, and he gave a chain boost. Now, at the time, that was a very, very strong ability. I believe it was a 2.25 times attack boost, so hopefully they do something real fun with that. His stats look pretty stock standard for a 6 plus legend. His attack 2,586. Not exactly the highest, but look, once you add Cotton Candy onto that as well, he does get up a little bit higher as well. So with Limit Break expansion, he gets an extra 390 though, so that is going to actually put him up into a really, 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 really high spot as well. So let's have a look at his captain ability. His base captain reduces cooldowns by 1 turn at the start of the fight. Cooldowns is always nice. Boosts all characters' attack by 4.5, 5 times if the crew has 4 characters of the same type. So a stock standard 5 times captain isn't terrible, especially for the base captain. That's actually pretty good. Boosts all HP by 1.3, makes Int and Sight orbs beneficial for all characters, and then increases the duration of attack up and chain addition buffs specials by 1 turn. Okay. I hope they buffed this, because this is sort of telling me that they basically just increased it by 1 turn, and now they want you to use him as captain, and that's going to be now a 3-turn buff, which is great, because again, the hybrid meta is something that we do really want to see, but we'll have to wait and see how he goes. So, with level limit break, he goes, the attack, wait, what? The attack doesn't get any higher. The attack is exactly the same with level limit break. Why is this not 5.25? Please tell me that's a typo. Please tell me this is not... What? Oh, come on, man. That's... Why? 1.3 HP, reduces damage by 15%. Honestly, that can get fucked. No one gives a shit about damage reduction. It works in, like, Grand Voyage content and really specific content, but as for a whole, you don't need it. Like, you just... don't need it. And then boost all characters... Attack up, base attack boost, and chain addition buffs. Okay, so it's telling me that he's going to have a base attack boost, and he's going to have an attack boost, and a chain addition that's for 2 turns. If I had to guess what his special does, that's basically what I'm going to guess from here. Honestly, this really annoys me. I was honestly impressed by this at the beginning, because for a stock standard 6+, this is actually really, really good. 4.5 to 5 times without level limit break is actually ridiculous. But then the fact that they don't increase that? Come on. How hard was it to turn this to a 4.75 and this a 5.25? With Stampede Luffy being a flat rate 5 times and a 5.5 to himself, I don't think it's that much to ask to make Shanks a 5.25 to everyone as long as you have 4 characters of the same type on the crew. Like, come on, Bandai. With Limit Break, I believe this is with Limit Break Expansion. The stock standard captain ability goes to 4.75, but it stays at 5. Why? Why? And then with level limit break, it just gets an extra turn of cooldown by the look of it, and then that 4.75. The 4.75 is nice, but this should be 5.25. Like, I don't understand why it wouldn't be. Or make this 4.75, and then if you limit break expand him, make it 4.75 to 5 times. Again, if you look at Stampede Luffy, I don't see why this is a huge problem. Overall, though, like, the captain ability isn't bad. 2 turns of cooldown is excellent. Like, it's terrific. Rainbow 4.75, that is the same as Super Sugo Big Mom. So, that's nothing to scoff at. The only downside is he does lack a lot of power, just being a standard 5 times captain if you have 4 or more characters on the crew. If you take a look at other 5 times captains, we could go back to the Onigashima Trio batch with Luffy, Law, and Kid. They're all 5 times captains. And look how much power creep they've hit now. Whilst this isn't terrible, it's not great. 1.3 times HP is pretty big. Damage reduction, whatever. Matching orbs is really nice. And then extending buffs can be beneficial. It definitely can. We've seen it be a little bit beneficial with stuff like Shanks Crew as captain, as well as the Tesoro ship. So look, this could see some actual play. Next, we have the Sailor abilities. Makes Int and Sight orbs beneficial, and if 4 or more characters on the crew, increase the base attack of all characters by 150. Now, he's special. Reduces paralysis by 5 turns at base. Okay, so they've added some utility. That's kind of nice. 1.2 times chain multiplier for 2 turns. There it is. And if the crew has 4 or more characters on the crew of the same type, boost the dominant type by 2.5 for 2 turns, preventing buff clears. Okay. And then changes all orbs, including block, to the dominant type. So they've buffed the attack boost just a little bit. Honestly, I don't think they could have gone much higher than 2.5. If they went to 2.75, like, this guy would be an absolute menace. That's like one of the highest attack boosters that we have for, like, exclusive characters. But in saying that, I don't think it would have been that big of a problem, especially for his level limit break. But I imagine they're just going to add base stats in here with that base stat. Yeah, there it is there. At level limit break, it goes up to 6 turns of paralysis, a 1.4 times chain multiplier for 2 turn. This is an addition too, by the way. 4 more characters on the same type. Boost the dominant type by 2.5, so no increase there, but then adds 1,000 base stats as well as rotating block orbs. So his special, honestly, it's a little bit lackluster, but in saying that, like, if you run this guy as a sub, you get 6 turns of utility, you get a chain boost, a base stat, and an attack boost all in one. So this could be a very, very powerful stage 4 character. This could be a very, very powerful utility unit that you need to remove paralysis, or use it on stage 4 with him as a captain, get all of this turned into 3 turns, and then have it not blown away when you move into the final stage. I wish this was also prevented by blowaway, but look, it is what it is. Overall, I don't think this is bad. I'm pretty satisfied with what they've done to Shanks, but I'm not super chuffed about what they've done to Shanks. Just, I think, looking at Stampede Luffy and what they did for Stampede Luffy, this does seem a little bit lackluster. It's not bad, it's just a little bit lackluster. Limit Break Plus, he goes down to 12 cooldowns, which is actually really good. And his support is still 9% all stats to int characters. His Limit Break is increased damage taken, side damage reduction, and with Key, he gets an extra, well, he gets that extra captain ability. And he gives himself the extra 2 turns of cooldown. His Enrage goes up to 200 and removes 3 turns of damage taken. And then he has 2 times his recovery when you're below 30% for pinch healing. His Rumble, though. This is where things get interesting. 6+ units always see their most value with Rumble. Now, Shanks Crew 6+, for example, is a prime example of that. Very underrated 6+ in the sense of, in content, he was very lackluster because we had Neko Inu literally the month before him, who was just absolutely insane across the board. And again, I feel like this Shanks is actually going to cop the same treatment because Stampede Luffy was actually so damn good. But at level 2, his Rumble ability gets increased. He applies level 7 crit, level 5 attack, and speed down to Psy characters. And for the first 5 times the character lands a crit, Applies a level 4 attack buff to Int. Now, this could be level 20. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. Holy shit. His level 4, 30% HP cut to all enemies, inflicts level 7 guard debuff to the enemies, and applies a level 6 crit buff to Int characters. Now, guard will block crits, so dropping guard and then applying a crit up is insane. Plus, he does damage to Psy characters. Oh, this guy's good in Rumble, man. This guy's really good in Rumble. You chuck him on a team with Konus and you Rogue and Apu, and all of a sudden, Psy is getting decimated. Oh my days. Don't get me wrong, Psy's still really, really good with, like, Wano Law, but this Shanks is not going to be affected by that particular Wano Law. His Rumble abilities just straight up at level 5. He gets that level 7 crit buff to Int characters, and then he does the level 4 attack. What's his just base? Level 10. 30% HP cut. He applies the level 6 buff to Int characters for 25 seconds. Oh, that's his special. Yeah, cool. Yeah, he's good. He's really good in Rumble. Like, really, really good in Rumble. I really like what they're trying to do here with nerfing Psy. However, in regular play, he is very lackluster, if I'm completely honest. I don't think he's bad, though. I definitely think people are going to read this and be like, yeah, common Shanks L. But, in saying that, I don't think he's bad. Shanks was always meant to be a support character. We saw how powerful he was and became with the release of V2 Akainu that came directly after him. And a lot of people undervalued the character as a whole on release, and I can definitely see people doing the same. Like I said earlier, I think that coming directly after Stampede Luffy is going to hinder this character. However, this buff to Int, and not only the buff to Int, but all the support that Shanks is going to provide to other Free Spirit characters, building out teams. You could just chuck him on like a mono dex team, and then all of a sudden you have an attack booster, a chain booster, and a base stat booster for stuff like 10-star Kazunas, for stuff like PKA. That's where this character really is going to shine. He's not going to pop up on your big damage teams. He's not going to pop up on Grand Voyage content where... well, he definitely could, actually. He'd be a great Grand Voyage character if he had a Grand Voyage that satisfied the needs of what he does. But overall, I'm okay. I'm okay with it done with V2 Shanks. I definitely think they could have done more. The 5 times captain to me is way too low. It could have easily been 5.25. The attack boost, if that just went to 2.75, I would have been happy with everything else. 1,000 base stats is way too low, at least 1,250, but 1,500 would have been optimal. The 1.4 chain boost, I can definitely sit with that. And giving a full board of orbs is actually nice too. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of Wi-Fi, Giga Chad, Shanks. Is he a Giga Chad, or is he just another Rumble 6+? But I'm going to leave you with that. Make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Late!